And again, one and all, we welcome you to Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway for the third annual Red Miley 53. Tonight we run in memory of the patriarch of Miley Motorsports, Red Miley. I think Red was looking down on us earlier as the rain sort of moved around the racetrack and the little rainbow came down from the sky over there in turn number 4 to keep us dry. So we thank you, Ray, and tonight we run in your memory. Before we get started, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, if you could, remove your caps. Tonight, to lead us in the singing of our national anthem, the singing sensation, Davy Lee.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Baker, 93, Bobby Marietta, the 21 of Tony Mussolino, and we're underway. It's Awatala from outside of row 1 with the lead down the back straightaway. Bradish is second, Flinner third, Michael Davis fourth, and Mike Johnson and Steve Baker as they head off into 3 and 4. Flinner moves quickly to second in turn 3, Davis to third, and Baker trying to move to fourth in the 0. Steve Baker down on the inside of Michael Davis. The race for third down the back straightaway. Baker to third, Davis is fourth. And second. Baker third, then Davis, Bradish, Mussolino, Johnson, and Barbara. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Big lead for Awatala. Baker closing a bit on Flinner. Tony Mussolino in the 21, challenging Michael Davis for fourth. Mussolino and Davis again side by side into 3. Awatala your leader, Flinner second, Baker third. Davis and Mussolino, then Barbara, Johnson, Bradish, Bertolini, and Marietta. Tony Mussolino now edging ahead in the Hayes Eating and Cooley 21 in that battle for fourth. Halfway for Awatala in the Todd's Auto Body, American Environmental Services 02. Flinner second, Baker third. Mussolino fourth, Davis fifth. Barber right now in the final transfer spot in car 17. Keith Barber, the 17, running 6th in the final transfer spot. 3 laps from the checkered flag as Awatala has lapped the 93 of Bobby Marietta. Flinner to the outside of Marietta, laps him in turn 2, and Baker will try to do the same down the backstretch in the 0. Mussolino fourth, Davis fifth. Barber is still sixth, but he's followed closely by Mike Johnson. 2 laps to go. The race for sixth is tightening up. The 2J of Mike Johnson trying to close on the 17 of Keith Barber, as Baker has a run on Flinner for second into turn number 3. Side by side for second. Salo leads off of 4. Flinner up high, Baker down low. 1 to go. It's still Flinner second, Baker third on the final go round. Now it's Sala, the Todd's Auto Body, American Environmental Services 02, leads them off of 4. He will get the win. Second place off of 4 will go to John Flinner. Steve Baker third. 21 of Tony Mussolino gets fourth. Michael Davis fifth, and Keith Barbara sixth as Bobby Marietta got in the middle of it all. It's 10 laps, the distance. A pair of 17s up front, and the green is out. Lance Elson with the early lead in the blue 17 as they scramble through 3 and 4, still all bunched together. Larry Marks second. Here comes Tommy Beck on the outside. Lance Elson, your leader. Geisler moves up to 4th at 1. Jam and Johnny Malik in the 4J to 5th and challenging Geisler for 4th. Little contact there into 3. They're still racing wheel to wheel off of 4. It's Elson, Beck now second. Larry Marks, John Malik moves up to 4th. Geisler drops to 5th. Jam and Johnny Malik in the Eleanor Racing 4J to the outside of Larry Marks for 3rd. Geisler will dive under Marks, and he'll move to 4th. Here comes Alex Free in the 4, trying to take the 5th spot for Marks in turn 4. Elson leads, Beck is second. Coming around to complete lap number 4. Johnny Malik in the 4J trying to run down Tommy Beck for second as Lance Elson leads the way. Alex Free to the inside of Lynn Geisler for 4th as they battle down the back straightaway. Free down low, and he'll have the spot as they race into 3. Malik challenging Beck for second in turn 4. Halfway, 5 laps to go. Lance Elson, a former fast qualifier for the Pittsburgh 100, your leader. Slider for Johnny Malik. Jammin' Johnny in the 4J moves up in front of Tommy Beck, who ducks right back underneath him down the front chute. Free 4th, and Geisler runs 5th. 6th right now, the Midway Missile, Daryl Charlier. Johnny Malik again in front of Tommy Beck for second into the 4th turn. 3 laps to go. Lance Elson, your leader. Beck now will try to duck under Malik for second. Wheel to wheel in turn number 2. Tommy Beck back into second. Malik comes back at him on the outside into 3. Free 4th, Geisler is 5th. Charlier 6th. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Tommy Beck again way ahead of Malik, who had a bit of a push that time in 1 and 2. Malik seems to be the quicker, the 2 and 3 and 4, and Beck maybe in 1 and 2. White flag waving for Lance Elson. The Unique Walls and Ceilings, Max Drywall 17 out of Wellsburg, West Virginia. Lance Elson picks up the second heat race win. Tommy Beck second. Who's going to get third? Woo! Close, a pair of 4s. Geisler will be 5th. Daryl Charlier, the 27C, gets the final transfer spot. Brandon, a top 3 finish here 2 weeks ago, his career best. Drew the last pill in the bucket tonight. Green is out. On the hammer. It'll be Cal Lucan to the outside. Lepro down the back straightaway they roll. Chuck Medved being passed inside and out. Who's going to lead lap 1? It's Lepro with Lucan to the outside. Kid Cow up on the rim is your leader. Then Lepro, Hartman, Burgoon, and Satterley and off into turn number 1. Bart Hartman now in the 75 moves to second. Lepro still third, Burgoon fourth, Dave Hess Jr. to fifth, Satterley drops to sixth. Hartman going for the lead in turn 4. The Urgent Cash 75 is your leader at the end of lap number 2. Lucan second, Burgoon third, Lepro fourth, Hess fifth, Satterley runs sixth. Then it's Waring, Miley, Steffens, and Medved. Brandon Burgoon ahead of Cal Lucan now for second. Satterley's got a big problem getting into the turns in the 22 car. I don't know if he's got brake issues or what, but the car wants to go straight right. A little better this time. He runs in the 6th spot. Dave Hess Jr. now challenging Cal Lucan for third. Down on the low side, the 44 of Dave Hess Jr. moves up to third. Big lead for the Bartman as he comes to the halfway mark. 5 laps to go. 5 to go. Burgoon second. Hess third. Lucan fourth. Lepro fifth. Satterley right now in the final transfer spot in 6th in car 22. Greg Satterley nipping at the heels of Jim Lepro for fifth. Lepro sideways and Satterley tries to pass him but can't do it off the inside of that second turn. Hartman your leader. Burgoon second. Hess still third, then Lucan, Lepro, and Satterley. Greg Satterley again making a run at Jim Lepro for fifth in turn 3. He'll go sliding by on the bottom. 2 laps to go. Hartman by his lonesome self down the back straightaway in the Urgent Cash 75. Lepro back at Satterley for 5th and 6th. Here comes the Bartman putting a lap on the 2M of Chuck Medved with 1 lap to go. Brandon Burgoon second, Dave Hess Jr. is third, Cal Lucan fourth, Greg Satterley fifth, and right now Jim Lepro in the 6th is your 6th place car. He broomed him, the Bartman from Zanesville, Ohio. Bart Hartman takes the win. Second to Brandon Burgoon. Dave Hess Jr. third. The 1 of Cal Lucan fourth. Greg Satterley fifth and Jim Lepro 6th. Eight laps the distance. 8 laps the distance. Green is out. Pete Reck jumps into the lead in the 9R. Michael Reft has got a collarbone injury, so Pete is behind the wheel tonight. Kyle Lucan runs second here. Tommy Schernhofer motors to third, and it's the car without a number would be the 5 of Daryl Dow. The 75 is Colton Flinner, and on the outside comes Bo Glemba. Bo Glemba from last, now 4th in just a lap and a half. Josh Holtgraver on the move in the 00 down on the low side. Glemba to 4th, Colton Flinner is 5th, and it's Holtgraver, Daryl Dow, Jason Ryder, Laura Lucan, and Dave Wade. here, Gervy Electric 9R of Pete Reck. This is his former car, so it's probably feels pretty good to be back in the saddle again. He leads them on, coming to the halfway mark. 4 laps to go. Kyle Lucan second, Tommy Schernhofer third, Bo Glemba, Colton Flinner, Josh Holdgraver, Laura Lucan, Darrell Dow, Dave Wade, and Jason Ryder. Josh Holdgraver, the 00, the D&T Auto Body 00, moving up into the top 5. She swings by the 75 of Colton Flinner down the backstretch. Kyle Lucan trying to cut into the lead that Pete Reck has built up. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. One lap to go. Good race for the 6th spot. Laura Lucan in the 84 and Colton Flinner in the 75. Pete Reck brings the 9R off at turn number 4 to take the checkered flag. Pete Reck, your winner. Kyle Lucan second. Tommy Schernhofer third. Bo Glemba fourth and Josh Holdgraver fifth. In the 7 car from East Liverpool, Ohio, Rocky is our points leader. Green is out and they're all bunched together as they race down the back straightaway. 2 by 2 by 2 into turn number 3. Shemp down on the low side. In the 75 has the lead coming off at turn number 4. Danny Karalegas to second. Terry Kerr in the 39 is third. And it's Dusty Curry in the 8. Mark Moach Jr. in the 15. Karalegas challenging for the lead down the backstretch. Mark Moach Jr. moving on now in the 15. He slides into third. Dusty Curry fourth, Terry Kerr is fifth, and Justin Lamb, John Kane, and Rocky Kugel. Big lead for Dan the Greek Karalegas. Shemp second. Dusty Curry to the inside of Mark Moach Jr. trying to take over third. Curry in the 8 moves into third, dropping Moach in the 15 back to fourth. This is the halfway mark. 4 laps to go. Scott Shemp may have a problem in the 75. He went from second. He's back to fourth and appears to be coasting down the back straightaway. His arm is out the window. Problems for the 75 car of Scott Shemp. Scott crosses the track and will get the car into the pit area. We stay green, water, something, maybe more than water. Now he's got it going. He's got all kind of smoke coming out from underneath the back end of it. A little moisture looked like that on the racetrack. Big lead for Danny Karalegas. Dusty Curry in the 8 car second. Mark Moach Jr. third. Justin Lamb in the 93X fourth, and Rocky Kugel in the 7 is currently fifth. 1 lap to go, 1 to go for Danny Karalegas. Out of Pittsburgh in the 1, Danny Karalegas gets the win. Dusty Curry in the 8-second. 15, Mark Moats Jr. third. 93X, Justin Lamb fourth. And the 7 of Rocky Kugel fifth. Seven-lap heat race. 7 laps for the Sunoco Racefuels Dirt Car Sportsman. Bobby Heim grabs the lead in the 92. Wayne Carbo on the outside in the 54 trying to move into second. And now challenge for the lead in turn 3. Vince Kamiker in the 9 is third. Then it's the 10 of Nick Kachuba. The 47 of Adam Kostelnik running in the 5th spot. Problems for Mike Mon in the 39. Vince Kamiker slaps the wall in the 9 car. May have flattened the right front tire. Kamiker trying to steer that car to the pits. Yeah, more than a flat tire. He's got a busted wheel and all sorts of good stuff. Camo Carbo, Wayne Carbo out of Saxonburg, one of the real strong runners up at Lernerville Speedway, is your leader. Bobby Heim second, Nick Kachuba third. Adam Kostelnik in the 47 fourth, and Davey Lee in the 81, and Dave Slade in the B4. Wayne Carbo racing like a catfish down on the bottom. 4 down and 3 to go. The Butler Stonecraft Dowds Brothers Landscape Construction. One lap to go. Bobby Heim's got some sheet metal loose on the left rear of the 92. He's still your second place car. Nick Kachuba is third. Kachuba continues to close in on Bobby Heim for second. Checkered flag for Wayne Carbo. Bobby Heim second, Nick Kachuba third. Fourth, Davey Lee. Green is out. Jake the Snake Simmons grabs the lead. Bobby Schwartzmiller right back at him in 1 minute. Schwartzmiller goes for a spinaroo. And we've got a caution on the speedway. PPMS.com. Complete restart as the green is out. Jake the Snake Simmons vaults into the early lead in the 68X with 45 of Pat Weldon second. Josh Langer in the 1B is third. Bobby Schwartzmiller already back up to fourth in the 28, and the 79 of Joey Katselis running fifth. Bobby Schwartzmiller challenging Josh Langer for third. The 28 on the inside is Schwartzmiller. Langer driving the Bill Robertson 1B on the outside. Consolation event, the B main coming up next for the UFO late models. Josh Langer, a little bout with the wall up in the middle of 3 and 4. And we got a spinner, Brandon Johnson in the 14J, able to keep it off the guardrail, and he's still going. We're still green. We got another spin at 39 of Tyler Fox. He pulls up. Look out. We're still racing. Good job, guys. Here come your leaders at the halfway mark. It is Jake the Snake Simmons. Pat Weldon the 45 second, Bobby Schwartzmiller in the 28 third, Joey Catellus in the 79, the 1B of Josh Langer. No change up front. Tyler Fox in the 39 spins again and turn 360 and stops. The caution is out. Pat Weldon gets a drag race and restart as he normally does, the 45. Trying to take the lead. We got a 3-wide battle now in turn 2. 45 Weldon, 68 Simmons, 28 of Schwartzmiller, and 79 of Catellus. Jake the Snake does a 360, and we got a left rear tire flat on the 68X. He hasn't had a lot of luck of late. .45, Pat Weldon is still your leader. Joey Catellus in the 79, running second now, then Josh Langer. Bob Schwartzmiller trying to come from the back of the field again, is up to 4th in the 28S. Oh, and Todd Janis will go around this time in the 88. Todd is stalled. Caution is out. Caution is out. You can tell us in the 79. There, your front row. Green is out. Jim and Joey on the outside. Joey Catellus trying to take the lead away from Pat Weldon. Schwartzmiller third. Bob's had to get back and forth a few times in this one. One lap to go. Jake Simmons in the 68X, again a lap down. Starts to work his way up through the field. Pat Weldon brings them off at turn 4. He will win it. Schwartzmiller second, Catellus third, Langer fourth, and then Brandon Johnson. Green is out. Johnson in the 2J, your leader. Bassage is second. Waring in the B1 up to third. Moats in the 23 and Steffens in the 38 racing for fourth. Jimmy Steffens on the move on the outside in car 38. Mark Moats down on the bottom, still fourth with Steffens to his outside, down the back straightaway, contact. They separate and the race is still on. Your leader, Mike Johnson. Mike Bassage second, Brandon Waring third. Steffens in the 38 car now into fourth. Moats runs fifth in the 23. Melmenick Jr. in the 75, passing Ben Miley for sixth. Johnson, your leader. Brandon Waring now challenging Mike Bassage for second. Melmenick Jr. moves forward to fifth in car 75. This is 10 laps. 10 laps the distance. Brandon Waring moving ahead of Mike Bassage for second. Chem Oil K&B Towing 2J of Johnson, your leader. Jimmy Steffens now in the 38, trying to take third from Mike Bassage in the 71M. Past halfway. 4 laps to go, 4 to go. Things are getting crowded for third, fourth, and fifth. Remember, the top 4 advance. Mike Bassage in the 71, Jim Steffens at 38, and the 75 of Mel Minnick Jr. 3 laps to go as they race into turn 1. Mike Johnson over Brandon Waring, Bassage, Steffens, and Minnick. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Johnson lapping the Bobby Marietta 93. Steffens now to the outside, trying to close further on Mike Bassage for third. 1 lap to go for Imperial's Mike Johnson. Brandon Waring around Marietta. The checkered flag is waving. Jimmy Steffens into 38 to the inside of Bassage for third. Into 3 as Mike Johnson picks up the win in the 2J. Brandon Waring second, and it'll be Bassage third, Steffens fourth, Minnick fifth. Seven laps. Jeff Bamitrider in the 74 ends up spun around over in turn number 3. Lap is in. Green is out. Wayne Tessine, your leader in the 10 car. Dave Hess Jr. quickly to second and going for the lead into turn 3, and he's got it into 4. Coming off of 4 comes Tessine back on the outside. Kerry Gasser in the 0K is third. Caution is out. 48 car of Denny Nakutis is spun around in the middle of 1 and 2. Introductions. Half of them get to the rest here when we get a chance. 2 laps are down. Wayne Tessine, 7 times a champion here. First time out in 2009 here at Pittsburgh. Has run up at Expo Speedway for that fair race they had. They got a real doozy of a race going through 3 and 4 with Hess in the middle, Kerry Gasser down low, and Tessine up high. Wayne still in front. Hess, though, able to turn the car a little better in the middle of the corner. He noses ahead down the back chute. Tom Martinek in the 65 is fourth. Halfway, 3 laps to go. Still Dave Hess Jr., your leader over Wayne Tessine and Kerry Gasser. One lap to go. J.J. Bamitrotter in the 74, who spun earlier, has recovered now to move to 4th in the Stushes Auto 74. Dave Hess, you're going to win it, and who's going to be second? Looks like Kerry Gasser. Off of 4 we come. Midway Missile, Daryl Charlier leads it. Second, Jared Dumhoff, Kevin Miller third, J.E. Stalter fourth. J.E. Stalter to second. Dumhoff third, Miller fourth, Petrillo runs fifth, and Clayton Kennedy all trying to track down the Midway Missile, Daryl Charlier. Clayton Kennedy underneath Jimmy Petrillo trying to move into the top 5 in the 9 car. Past halfway, Daryl Charlier on Easy Street. The Midway Missile trying to run him down. Or not the Midway Missile leading the Martins Ferry Madman. Kevin Miller now third, Jared Dumhoff fourth, Clayton Kennedy is fifth. Checkered flag for Daryl Charlier over J.E. Stalter. Kevin Miller, Jared Dumhoff, Clayton Kennedy, Jimmy Petrillo.
OU2 of Ed Weiser takes the green flag. Brian Hutchko gets a good start. He's to the inside now through turn 1 for the lead. He clears Ed Weiser. The OU2's back to the inside of Brian Hutchko, coming down the back straightaway. White in the black and white. 76 holds third. Hutchko still holds the lead now over Tony White. Gary Catellis to the inside of Ed Weiser for the third position. Tony White takes a look to the inside of Brian Hutchko. Caution is out. Debris on the back straightaway. The 0-0, Kurt Bish spins in turn 1 after the caution. He comes out of turn 4, takes the green flag. The 25, Garrett O'Patchen, be docked 2 spots for jumping the start. But Brian Hutchko now pulling away from Tony White and the rest of the field. Looks like the hood on the right front corner is starting to lift up on Brian Hutchko's car. Tony White being challenged for the third position by Garrett O'Patchen. Jason Herniak looks to the inside of Gary Catellis for the fourth position, coming out of the back straightaway. Tony White moves to the outside now through turn 4. He's now all over Brian Hutchko for the lead. He looks onto the inside, and the hood of Brian Hutchko's car has just flown off in turn 3. Caution is out for the hood of Brian Hutchko's car. Brian Hutchko still holds the lead. Brian Hutchko still leads Tony White. Garrett O'Patchen contact in turn 4. Garrett O'Patchen spinning. He keeps the car moving in turn 4. Rich Mason now up to third, followed by Jason Herniak and Kurt Bish. But it's still Brian Hutchko. Brian Hutchko and Tony White starting to pull away from the rest of the field, consisting of Rich Mason, Jason Herniak, Gary Catellis, and Kurt Bish. White flag is waving. 1 lap to go for Brian Hutchko. Brian Hutchko takes the checkered flag, followed by Tony White, Rich Mason, and Gary Catellis. Carson. Green flag for Nico DeBecco. 8-lap feature. Ricky Steigerwald takes the lead into turn 1. Danny White getting a bump draft. Almost a bump draft there from the 5 of Tyler Atkinson. Danny White's to the inside of Ricky Steigerwald. Coming out of turn 4, it's almost 3 wide for the lead. Steigerwald still has the lead. Now being challenged on the outside by Tyler Atkinson. Still side by side for second, Tyler Atkinson and Danny White. Nico DeBecco getting a good run out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. 3 wide for the 3rd position. Joe Gumbash up into the 4th position. He's new for tonight. Contact in turn 3, 3 cars spinning. Justin Pons collected by a spinning Tyler Atkinson. Caution is out. Ricky Steigerwald taking the green. No start. No start. Gumbash, sorry. Leads them into turn 1. Ricky Steigerwald to the inside. He'll have to settle for second. Tyler Atkinson back up into the 3rd position. He peeks to the outside of Ricky Steigerwald. Joe Gumbash the 3rd pulling away from Ricky Steigerwald. Joe Gumbash still leading Ricky Steigerwald. Two to go. White flag for Joe Gumbash the 3rd out of Claridge. Brittany Davies getting loose in turn 4, but she holds on. And it's Joe Gumbash the 3rd takes the checkered flag in his first appearance at PPMS. By Ricky Steigerwald and Danny White.
53 laps, $5,300 to win, and the green is out. And spinning is Tony Mussolino in car 21. And we got several cars together over there in turn 2. Tony Mussolino in the 21 spun out, and he collected the 17 of Lance Elson, the 44 of Dave Hess. 17 of Lance Elson has stopped on the back straightaway at the entrance to the pits. He got hit too. Tony Mussolino spinning out up in turns 1 and 2. For Red Miley Memorial for the UFO Race Championship. And the green is out. John Flinner has got the lead in turn 2. Tommy Beck second. Bart Hartman to Alex Ferree fourth, and Brandon Burgoon and Alan Sala. Flinner goes up the racetrack, and Beck goes by for the lead in turn 4. Tommy Beck, your leader. John Flinner second, Bart Hartman third down the back chute, Alan Sala fourth, Alex Ferree fifth, Brandon Burgoon, Steve Baker, then Kyle Lucan, Greg Satterley, Lynn Geisler, and John Malik. Lance Elson coming back onto the racetrack in the 17E. Mike Johnson off the pace in the 2J. Mike Johnson comes to a stop in the 2J to bring out the caution. Mike Johnson in the pits after bringing out the caution. 2 laps are down. Elson is 2 laps down. Green is out. Dan Carolegas turned around on the front straightaway. Caution is back out. Green is out. Bart Hartman trying to go from third to first. Scramble off of turn 2, the back straight. 3 wide for third into 3. Hartman is your leader. Flinner is second. Baker to third. Atzala is fourth, and it's Beck and Ferree. Bart Hartman out in front. He starts to rack up some lap money. Flinner still second with Baker third. Atzala fourth. Danny Carolegas back in the pits of the 1K. Baker moves by Flinner for second. Baker up to second. He started 11th. Atzala now to the inside of Flinner for third in turn number 4. Still Flinner, Atzala, Ferree and Beck side by side. Herman Bertolini in the 7X headed to the pits. Herman Bertolini pitting in the 7X. Six laps are in. Bart Hartman by a half a straightaway over Steve Baker, Alan Sala. Tommy Beck now moves to 4th. Flinner drops to 5th. Ferree is 6th. Burgoon is 7th. Barbara 8th. Lucan and Satterley running side by side for 9th and 10th. Bart Hartman off the pace. John Flinner here on the front straightaway in car 48. 48, John Flinner. Caution on the Speedway. The Johns Towing River Salvage 48 comes to a stop atop the banking in turn number 1. Hartman hits the accelerator and the green is out. Sala moves to second. Baker trying to squeeze, doesn't have enough room down the back straightaway. He is third. Beck is fourth now. Keith Barbara gets a good restart in the black 17. He's down on the rail trying to move up into the top 5 and does. Steve Baker off the inside of turn 2, challenging Awatala again for second into turn number 3. Hartman still your leader. Beck runs 4th. Barber is 5th. The race for second intensifying 10 laps in. Baker makes the pass for second down the back chute. The West Virginia Rim Rider running like a catfish on the bottom tonight. Burgoon is 6th. Greg Satterley is up to 7th after starting 15th. Satterley in the 22 up to 7th after starting 15th. Hartman stretches the lead a little more. Three career wins for the Bartman here in Pittsburgh. We got a car spun in turn 2. Caution is out. Johnny Malik in the 4J. The caution over in turn 2. Green is back out. Whoa, on the front straightaway. Baker, Beck, and Atala come together. Alex Free and Herman Bertolini have spun out off the second turn. The 17 of Larry Marks was the first car that spun at the back of the field. And the green is out. Awatala once again able to get ahead of Steve Baker into turn 1. Another wreck off the second turn. 2M Chuck Medved, 23 Mark Mode seniors in the pits. And a long way to go. Hartman goes. And now they're 3 wide for third into turn number 1 with Barber down on the bottom. Race. Michael Davis is pitted in the 7M. Race has been stopped by Smokey Shemp, our pit steward. He was over in turns 1 and 2, and there's a concern for visibility over there. The drivers have been down off the bottom of the racetrack, throwing all the loose stuff out onto the racetrack. Green is out. Greg Satterley moves into the top 5 in car 22. Not for long. Brandon Burgoon back around him off of turn 4 in the 17. Atala is second now ahead of Baker. Barber is 4th, Burgoon 5th, Satterley 6th, Lepro 7th, Beck is 8th, Geisler 9th, and Dave Hess Jr. and Cal Lucon battle for 10th. Tony Mussolino got a flat right rear tire in the 21. Mussolino in the 21 with a flat right rear tire. Caution is, we got a problem with the 91 car of Tommy Beck as well. And the one of Cal Lucon is up there in the middle of 3 and 4. 91 Tommy Beck comes to a stop. Kyle Lucon also spun around in the middle of 3 and 4 in the 1. And Tony Mussolino has a right rear flat in car 21. Back into the pits. Greg Satterley in the 22 drives around the 17 of Keith Barber for 4th. Mike Johnson is slowed again in the 2J car in turn 3. Caution out again for the 2J of Mike Johnson. And we're going again. Allen with a problem in the 0-2. Now he's going again. Slowed real quick and then got it going again. He drops back to 3rd. Barber's 4th. Jimmy Lepro tried to take 5th away from Greg Satterley. Good 3-wide battle mid-pack between, it was 3-wide, Dave Heslin, Geisler, and Brandon Waring. One laps down, 21 down. Tony Mussolino pitting again. Lynn Geisler challenging Jimmy Lepro for about 7th spot. Geisler with a run on Lepro again down the back, shooting to turn number 3. Contact between the 99 of Miley and the 44 of Dave Hess Jr. Hess has got a flat tire. Dave Hess Jr. in the 44 has a flat left rear tire. Caution is out for the 44 of Dave Hess Jr. And then we'll do our fuel stop right now for all cars on alcohol. All cars on alcohol will now refuel. And we're off. Old fuel, new fuel, it doesn't seem to matter for the 75 of Bart Hartman. As he zips her into turn 3. This is lap 30, 23 to go, 23 laps remaining. Tommy Beck trying to move his way back up through the field after pitting during that caution. He's passed several cars since we've been back underway. He's now on the heels of Brandon Waring down the back straightaway. Everyone else pretty much single file around the Monster half mile. Steve Baker trying to stay within striking distance anyway of the Bartman, staying on the same straightaway. They have left the rest behind. Italabac is straight away from Baker. Barber a close 4th, Satterley still 5th, Burgoon 6th, Lepro 7th, Geisler 8th, Steffens 9th, and Ben Miley runs 10th. .33 laps in, 20 to go in the Red Miley Memorial. Hartman finally going to get into some traffic. With all the cautions we've had, he hasn't really had to work the car much through traffic. Now down the back straightaway trying to lap the 7M of Michael Davis. Dave Hess Jr. has pitted again in car 44. Hess is pitted in the 44 car. Hartman to the outside now of Mike Bassage. Sails her off into turn 1. Doesn't seem to matter inside or outside, or inside or up the middle. When need be, he looks like he can put the pedal down and go. And Steve Baker has broke. Steve Baker, the 2nd place car, has got a problem. And he is turning left into the pits. Caution is out. Got debris on the racetrack. Steve drive shaft has come out, we understand, of the 0 car. Drive shaft has come out of the 0 car. Steve Baker, who was running 2nd. Keith Barber underneath Alan Talla in the race for 2nd. Down the back chute, Talla holds him off. And look at Hartman drive off. coming off that second turn and heading down the back straightaway. Greg Satterley now trying to work underneath Keith Barber off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. It's still Barber at 3rd, Satterley 4th. Tommy Beck moves to 8th in the 91 car. You can definitely pass if you're fast enough. He's proven it. Thirteen laps to go, 40 down for Bart Hartman. Lynn Geisler now to the outside of Jim Lepro. That is the best race on the speedway right now. 6th, 7th, and 8th. Geisler around Lepro for 6th. Lepro 7th, Beck 8th, Ben Miley 9th, and John Mollick 10th. Good battle right there in mid-pack. Beck now around Lepro. Tommy Beck to 7th. Ten laps to go on the Red Miley Memorial. Bart Hartman from Zanesville, Ohio. In a different class right now than the rest. He is a straightaway over Alex Allen. Got up to the back of the field again as he starts to try to lap more cars off of turn number 4. Around the 71M of Mike Bassage. Jimmy Lepro and Ben Miley, good battle there for the 8th and 9th spot. Off at 2, Miley will go by. Here comes Hartman. 6 laps to go, 6 to go. Tommy Beck trying to put a charge on Lynn Geisler for the 6th position. There in turns 3 and 4. Geisler 6th, Beck is 7th. Miley 8th, Lepro 9th. Jimmy Steffens currently 10th in car 38. Hartman around the one of Cal Lucon. He's got a close call on the back straightaways. He zigs and zags around Herman Bertolini. Three laps to go. 50 are down. 50 laps are down. And Bart Hartman continues to pick him up and put him down. He is lapped all the way up now to about 12th. 2 laps to go as Herman Bertolini returns to the pits. A white flag is waving for Zanesville, Ohio's Bart Hartman. for win number 4 at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. His first win here was the Penn National 100. His second was the Pittsburgher, and now he can put his name on the side of the Red Miley Memorial 53. The Bartman wins the big one. Alex Alley gets second. Keith Barber a third. Greg Satterley fourth. Brandon Burgoon fifth. Pretty dominating performance.
Oh, I don't know. You know, it's just a pleasure to drive one of these rocket cars that Steve Baker and Mark Richards has built. My crew man, Austin Hardgrove, gave me a good car tonight, and it was real good. We needed to improve a little bit off of 4, but real happy with it.
Well, you know, they got it kind of hairy there early on when they blew the loose stuff up, but once the track widened out, it looked like you could pretty much go wherever you needed to.
Oh, yeah. You know, Pittsburgh's always been a real racy place. I've always enjoyed coming over here, and you know, when it's a memorial for Red, he's always been a supporter of dirt racing for a long time, and it was an honor to come over and race at his track and race in his memory.
$5,300 for the win, adding up the lap money, probably around an $8,000 payday tonight.
Well, you know, it'll make the trip to Zanesville a little easier.
Well, we see you back here for the Ultimate in the Pittsburgher in September.
Oh, definitely. I really enjoy the fans and the people over here, and you know, it's a great racetrack, and I've always liked coming here.
All right, have a nice hand, folks. Bart Hartman, your winner of the Red Miley Memorial 53. Pro Lates. Green is out. It's Tommy Schoenhofer, your leader. John Kane in the 25 limps to the third turn. Caution is out for the 25 car of John Kane. And here we go again. It's still Schoenhofer over Lamb. Curry and Lucan racing for third into turn 3. Rocky Kugel up to 5th in the 7th. Challenging Lucan for 4th. Jason Ryder onto the speedway, 2 laps down. Dusty Curry trying to pass Justin Lamb for second. It's the 8s out in front, Schoenhofer and Curry. The Cousins. Lamb 3rd, Kugel 4th. Lucan is 5th. Bo Glemba 6th, Mark Mote 7th, Josh Holdgraver 8th, Pete Reck 9th, and Laura Lucan is 10th. The race right now is 3rd, 4th, and 5th between Justin Lamb, Rocky Kugel, and Kyle Lucan. "15 laps to go." Tommy Schoenhofer with a healthy lead down the back chute. Bo Glemba now to 6th in the 99. Kugel, Lamb, and Lucan continue to dice and slice their way. Lamb 3rd, Kugel 4th, Lucan 5th that time down the front stretch. Cal Lucan now with a sweep move off of turn 2 will duck under Justin Lamb and try to take over the 3rd spot. Oh, and Justin Lamb spins the car. Justin Lamb spins the car. Caution out. Justin Lamb, who had been running third, spins around in turn 4. Will have to go to the back of the field. 7 laps are down. Quite the race there between the 93 of Lamb, the 1 of Lucan, and the 7 of Kugel. Green is out. The race continues down the back straightaway for the lead and for 3rd and 4th. Tommy Schernhofer. A great run through turn 4. Kyle Lucan now ahead of Rocky Kugel for 3rd again. Bo Glemba still 5th. Mark Moats Jr. trying to take 5th from Bo Glemba, but slips in turn 2. Gathers it back up. He's still in 6th. Halfway. Good race now between Rocky Kugel and Bo Glemba for 4th and 5th. Glemba right on Kugel's tail down the back straightaway. Schernhofer brings the field off of 4 again with 6 more laps to go. Schernhofer welding Woody's towing. Number 8. Looking for his 2nd win of the season. Under 5 to go. Back straightaway, we got a car spun out. Darrell Dow in the 5 car. The Navy recruiter, Darrell Dow in the 5 car, spins around on the back straightaway. 4 laps to go. Dennis Curry in the blue 8 will be moved back a row for jumping the start. Green is back out. Rocky Kugel to the inside of Cal Lucan in that race for 2nd now. Tommy Schernhofer still leads. 22, Jeremy Klimuk in the pits. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. Tommy Schernhofer down the back chute another time, coming around for the white flag. The race for second remains a doozy between Cal Lucon and Rocky Kugel. Mark Moats trying to get to the outside of Dennis Curry for fourth. Off at turn 4. Little switcheroo for second. It'll be Schernhofer the win, and Lucon and Kugel switch lines. Lucon second, Kugel third, Curry fourth, and Moats fifth. Right, good race.
Yeah, it was. This car was pretty good. It was a little loose in the middle in the heat race. Just tightened it up because we figured it was going to be slick after that long late model feature.
You know, it's your second win this year, and I think you got 13 career now here.
Wow, I don't know. I can't believe I've been racing for 5 years already, so I'm glad I got that many.
Now, next week, our Pro Lates will run the Jook George. The Fast Track Series will also be here. You run here, but you also run with the Fast Track. Will you try to run both?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to win both, too, but I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be tough.
People you want to thank?
My dad, he works his butt off. Brian, he helps me. We're the only 3 that work on the car all the week. Schernhofer Welding, my friend Bucky, Ian and Robbie, they're right there. You know those two.
It's amazing you're here if they worked on your race car. I must say that.
I keep them out of the garage a little bit, but they help me out a lot, so I have to thank them.
All right, congratulations. Tommy Schernhofer. Whoa.
I want to thank all the fans for sticking around after the delay in the late model feature.
All right, very good. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy Schernhofer, your winner in the Brockers Machine Shop Pro Lates. Is out, and we are racing. Sunoco Race Fuels Dirt Cars Sportsman. Mr. Asphalt, Adam Kostelnik. The modified asphalt champion of Motordrome leads them into turn 3. Dave Slade is second. Davey Lee in the 81 tried to move into second. The singing sensation, wheel to wheel with Dave Slade coming down the front chute. Bobby Heim in the 92, the 10 of Nick Kachuba, all running together into that first turn. Wayne Carbo up into the 6th spot in the 54. Comes Schwartzmiller and Jake Simmons around the 1B of Josh Langer into turn 3. Joey Catella is just ahead of them in the 79. Kachuba and Heim around the 4 of Dave Slade. Heim third, Kachuba fourth, Slade fifth. Car spun around here on the front straightaway would be the Mike Maughan 39. Caution is out. Still Kostelnik in front. The question is, who will be second down the back chute? Could Jake the Snake getting her on the outside? Kostelnik in the middle, and they're 3 wide behind him coming off of 4. We might have a 4 wide drag race. Not 3 wide and for the lead into turn 1. Davey Lee, the singing sensation, takes the 81 to the high side and in front. Stelnick second, Heim and Kachuba, Simmons and Carbo, Schwartzmiller, Catellus and Slade all running together. Oh, contact between Carbo and Simmons. Simmons spins, collects the 28 of Schwartzmiller. Unbelievable. Jake the Snake is in a rut. He's got no luck at all right now. Green is back out. new leader down the back chute, Bobby Heim in car 92. Heim still leads. Kachuba slides the 10 into second. Kostelnik, who had the lead, is now third, with Pat Weldon trying to pass him down the back chute in the 45. Weldon's come to life in a big way. Bobby Heim still in front, right in the middle of the racetrack. Pat Weldon trying to overtake Nick Kachuba for second. Pat Weldon was way in the back just 4 or 5 laps ago, back in about 10th spot. Is moving on. He is up to second and closing in on Bobby Heim, your leader. Spin in turn 2, the 14J of Brandon Johnson. Caution out for Brandon Johnson in car 14J over in turn 2. And Adam Kostelnik in the 47. 8 more laps to go. Pat Weldon trying to take the lead off the low side of the second turn. He's got it down the back chute, and here comes Jake the Snake. Kostelnik into fourth in the 47. 7 laps to go. Oh, Simmons gets too low, got in the wet stuff down on the bottom of 1, pushed up the racetrack. Nick Kachuba back around Adam Kostelnik for fourth. Jake Simmons to the low side of Bobby Heim for second in turn 4. The pass is made. Brandon Johnson again in turn 2. Caution is out for the 14J of Brandon Johnson. Four laps to go. Started mid-pack in the 45, and they will now battle for the lead here on the restart. Pat Weldon just got that restart figured out with that shifting going on. He's a former drag racer. Maybe. Nick Kachuba around Bobby Heim for third. Three laps to go. Jake the Snake right on the heels of Pat Weldon. Remember, the 5th and 3rd finishers in this feature and our last feature and our next feature pick up bonus money, $53 in bonus money. Bobby Heim continues to smoke that right rear tire. Looks like maybe the fender's rubbing. And he comes off the turns and throws the car into the corner. Jake the Snake now really starting to put the heat, and Heim may have cut that right rear tire. Like the right rear quarter panel's been rubbing against that right rear for several laps, and I think it's finally going flat. 1 lap to go, race fans, 1 to go. Yep, Heim has got a right rear flat. This is it down the back straightaway. Pat Weld in the 45, Jake Simmons in the 68X coming to the checkered flag. Your Sunoco Race Fuels Dirt Car Sportsman off of 4 down the front chute. It's going to be Weldon by Carlink, Simmons second, Kachuba third, Craig Catellus gets fourth, and Joey Catellus fifth. Drag racer?
Yeah, for about 6 years we drag raced.
You restart like a drag racer.
I love the restarts. That's my favorite part.
You do a good job. It shows. The car was awesome. You're very patient early in the race, but man, once you started coming, you were good.
Yeah, I just wanted to bide my time, and you know, we was all bunched up. I didn't want to get into anybody, cut a tire down. And I'll tell you what, the difference is these tires. I mean, these open rules nights, my car loves soft tires. It works great. So it was like driving a whole different car.
Jake caught you at the end. Did you film? Did you sense anybody was there?
No, I didn't know. I wish we had mirrors, but no, I had no idea he was there.
People you want to thank?
My crew, my dad, my boy, Chris, sponsor, Al's Cafe. Just everybody that helps out on the car.
All right, nice hand, folks, for your winner, Pat Weldon, and the Dirt Car Sportsman. Kevin Miller from the pole has the lead down the back straightaway. J.E. Stalder and Wayne Tessine into 3 times, or side by side for second, but Stalder has the spot now, but here comes Tessine in the 10th. Charlier is 4th, and it's Gasser and Hess. Three wide for 3rd. Dave Hess, Daryl Charlier, and Wayne Tessine. Tessine ends up back in 5th. And here comes Stalder to the outside of Kevin Miller for the lead down the back chute. Charlier 3rd, Hess 4th. Kerry Gasser and Wayne Tessine side by side for 5th and 6th. J.E. Stalder is your new leader in turn 2. The Martins Ferry Madman out in front. J.E. Stalder looking for his first win of the year. Kevin Miller, Daryl Charlier, Dave Hess Jr. Sean Graham is pitting in car 77. Kerry Gasser 5th, Wayne Tessine and J.J. Bammenschreider battle for 6th. spin in turn 4, the 9 of Clayton Kennedy. Good job by Sean Dumhoff to avoid him. Clayton Kennedy in the 9 car spinning around, and Dumhoff in the 13 able to spin his car to avoid heavy contact. Let's get back at it. J.E. Stalder has not won this year here at Pittsburgh. He's in the front spot right now. Kevin Miller, Dave Hess Jr., Daryl Charlier running right together down the back chute. Kerry Gasser 5th. Hess up to 2nd now. Charlier close to the wall off of turn 2. Dave Hess Jr. trying to run down J.E. Stalder. 6 laps to go, 6 to go. Charlier on the very, very top side, back around Kevin Miller for 3rd. Hess able to get into turn a little better than Stalder maybe, but J.E. is certainly hooked up coming off. We've got 4 laps to go, 4 to go. Side by side into 1. That Stalder will win the battle off at 2, but not by much. Hess is creeping closer and closer. Sean Dumhoff off the pace in the 13 car. Hess now slides into the lead in the inside of turn 3. But J.E. Stalder on the rim will have the lead at the flag stand. 3 to go. Daryl Charlier 3rd, Kevin Miller 4th, Kerry Gasser is 5th. She tries the outside of Miller for 4th, now down the back straightaway. Close battle there, contact, and Miller ends up spun up into the wall. Caution is out. Kevin Miller in the 4M and Kerry Gasser in the 0K were side by side on the back chute. I don't think Kevin ever realized Kerry was to his outside. Side by side into turn number 1. Hess with the lead in the middle of 1 and 2. Stalder trying to get back on the outside, and here comes the midway missile, throwing his hat into the ring. Hess with a slider. He leaves the outside lane open though, and here comes the Martins Ferry Madman. 2 to go. In turn 2, it's J.E. Stalder by a half a car length. Hess with good bite off the inside, pulls even. Once again, he goes in. He slides up the whole way to the top this time. 1 lap to go, 1 to go. Hess your leader, Stalder 2nd into turn number 1. But wait, we got a car sitting in turn 4. Jared Dumhoff is going. We're coming to the checkered. Took the lead on lap 14. Dave Hess Jr., your winner over J.E. Stalder, Kerry Gasser, Daryl Charlier, and J.J. Vamitrider. A little better than it was going for you in the late models there. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun racing J.E. there. He had a good groove there on the outside. Thought I had him lap earlier, and he still battled back there. It was a pretty tough one. But
Very patient. You know, you were a little better getting in, and he kept winning the battle coming off. When did you decide, all right, I've got to make this work?
I knew he's keeping the momentum up. He's going to get me off the corner, so I figured if I could get next to him down the straightaway, I knew I had to get in harder and slide up in front of him. And I thought I had it at one time, like I said, and I left him just a lane, and he made it come back out there again. So
How many wins for this car now this year?
I think it's 6 or 7 with the modified.
Well, congratulations. People you want to thank.
I want to thank Mom and Dad, Hess's Garage and Salvage, Plyler Overhead Door, Beacon Lubricants, Brozell Construction, Hoosier Race Tires, Krager Race Engines, Genesis Racing Shocks, all the guys in the crew in Pittsburgh. We're having a great track. All these fans for sticking around.
All right, how about a nice hand, folks? Dave Hess Jr., winner in the Miley Truck Rental Modifieds.